Hi folks, Sty here. Well, hopefully I won't get disturbed on this hike. I'm hiking into a little lake I've been into before. I wanted to go up to Lost Creek Falls today. I did a fall drive up to Horseshoe Lake, and then I was going to hit Lost Creek Falls. I got up to Lost Creek Falls, and now I've been there several times. I've never seen more than 2, maybe 3 vehicles. I pull in there today, 14 vehicles parked in there. Something big going on today. There's a lot of people in there. So, Sty's not much for crowds. So, I decided I'd do something different. So I came down here, and I'm going to hike into this little lake. Just spend a little time in there, and I'll do a couple of videos down there. So, I'm going to do a video called the Chaga Dilemma. So that's this video, the Chaga Dilemma. And we'll talk about Chaga once I get down by the lake. So let's head on in there, okay folks? I'll see you down at the lake. Well, here we are, we're down at the lake. Really nice and peaceful down here. Pretty fall colors. The lake's nice and calm. This is a lake that I filmed this before. This lake is called Echo Lake. That's spelled with a K, not with a C. This is a very... it's not a well-known lake. It's the locals, a lot of them don't know it's here. The DNR, the Department of Natural Resources, has studied the lake, and it's full of panfish, it's full of sunfish, and it's got bass. It's got northern pike in here, and believe it or not, you're looking at a lake that only covers about maybe 3 acres. But it's got walleyes in it. Now walleyes, they need cold water. This lake is super deep. I don't remember what the total depth is, but it's deep enough that it actually has a population of walleyes in it. Now I was going to fish this lake this year. Last time I was in here was last spring. And I was intent on coming back out here to fish and never got out here. And here I am, middle of October, wishing I had been out here fishing. But I will get back next spring and give this lake a try. Like I always say, I'm retiring next spring, so I'll have all the time in the world to come and enjoy a lake like this and kick back and fish for the day and maybe catch enough to have a nice meal and just enjoy the lake. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find myself a nice place to sit, and then I'm going to finish this video up with what I said earlier, the Chaga Dilemma. Okay, I'm going to go find a place to plop myself, and then we'll pick it up from there. Well, okay folks, let's get right to it. The Chaga Dilemma. That's what I'm calling this video. I hope the wind doesn't mess things up. The wind was nice and calm when I got here, and it started picking up right away, just like it knew I was coming. Okay, the Chaga Dilemma. What do I mean by that? All right. One of my earlier videos, in fact, I think it was about 3 years ago, this month, I did a video on harvesting chaga. That video has had over 35,000 views. People really like chaga. You do a video on chaga, you're going to get some views. People love chaga. One thing that goes with doing a chaga video is a lot of complaints. I've had people complain that I don't harvest it properly, I don't leave enough on the tree, I take too much, I'm not responsible, I'm going to destroy all the chaga that's out there. I get that stuff all the time on that particular video. 90% of it, I let it roll off my shoulders like rain on a duck's back. Because what it comes down to, so many of the people that complain about someone harvesting chaga, and they talk about the risks of chaga going extinct, and someday there won't be any chaga, and all these issues. A lot of those people that complain the most about it are consumers of it. And I'm one where if you're going to use it, don't tell others not to. It just isn't right. And I am not an irresponsible outdoors person. I do not go out and strip the chaga out of the woods. I selectively collect chaga. I go out and I hunt for it, and I rarely have ever taken chaga off of a tree when it was the only piece on the tree. I want to leave a piece or two or three on each tree. And I've gone back and reharvested chaga that I've harvested years before, go back much later, and that chaga has regenerated, and I've harvested a second time off of it. Now, birch trees don't live that long. 25 years, 40 years. In this neck of the woods, if you got a birch tree that's been around for 25 years, it's getting pretty close to dying off. So you're not injuring the tree. And if you harvest responsibly, you're not leaving that much of an impact. But what it came down to for me is all these people saying to me, I do it right, you don't. You shouldn't this, but I should that. Back and forth, back and forth. And what I call the Chaga Dilemma is, you do it your way, I do it my way. And we're going to agree to disagree until all the chaga is gone. That's what it's going to come down to. Because there are people that go out and they just strip the chaga out of the woods. They just strip it out of the woods. I am not one of those. You don't need that much chaga. I was told that I had harvested way too much chaga in my chaga harvesting video. Now the chaga I harvested in that video provided chaga for 4 households for 1 full year. That wasn't Sty using all that chaga. Sty was collecting chaga for family and friends. Those that can't get out there and find it and harvest it. I use probably about 3 pounds of chaga in a year. I also use another probably ½ pound of chaga for fire starters. Now, here's the thing. That's dry weight. In my video, all that chaga that's shown on that table in my harvesting video, all that chaga weighed about 25 pounds or so. Dried, it weighed about a third of that, maybe a third of that. I can take a big chunk like this that I've harvested, and after it's properly dried, it's light as a feather. So I'm talking about dried weight, but it doesn't matter, because dried weight versus green weight, which is right off the tree, the weight doesn't matter. It's the volume. The volume doesn't change after it dries out. It still has the same volume. Now, here's the thing. The Chaga Dilemma people say, well, you know, when all these birch trees die, the chaga's gone, you know, and I'm sitting right on the edge of a big clear cut. The loggers came in and clear cut it all. I bet you there's probably 50, 60 pounds of chaga in this area that they clear cut here. That's lost, it's gone. Oh well, you don't shut down all the logging because you lost some chaga. I'm in an area right now where this is all second growth kind of birch, and a lot of it's dead. I'm sitting on one right now. And guess what? I said I had to find a place to sit and do this video. I picked this old dead birch tree here, right? What do I have right at the base of it here? Chaga. Chaga, chaga. That's going home with me. But you would not believe this piece. Now, you can see this tree's dead. I mean, it's dead. It's rotting. It broke off. The camera's sitting on its broken off stump. And right here is a huge piece of chaga. See that? That monstrous piece of chaga. I told you this birch tree was dead. All right, that's the way Sty's last couple of days have been going. Falling down. Nothing new. Back to this chaga. Sty's fallen down before. Now this is heavy, it's damp. But I get this home, dry it out, and I can already see, you can see the gold. This is a good piece of chaga. It was underneath this dead log. This tree had to have come down probably last winter probably. And this chaga was living on it. Now nobody would have ever found that, unless it was like I just did, by accident. So, comes the question, was Sty irresponsible for harvesting that piece of chaga that I just happened across that's not even on a living tree? That chaga doesn't have as good of properties as a fresh piece off of a living tree, but it's still valuable, and it would go to waste sitting here. Now I'm going to hear all these people say, oh, but you should let it go back into the soil and replenish the forest. Oh, get real, people. Now I can believe that if I'm strip mining chaga, but that one piece will not affect the well-being of this forest. So let's be real. Let's be real about this. Again, we're going to agree to disagree until all the Chaga's gone. Then when it's all gone, everybody's going to point their fingers at everybody else and say it was your fault. No. It just needs to be understood. When we impact Mother Nature, we do it to the most limited degree possible, and we don't do it to damage Mother Nature. And this is not damaging Mother Nature. I'm part of Mother Nature. Every one of you are part of Mother Nature. I had someone say, oh, the animals of the forest, they need that chaga. Well, I don't know of any animals that eat it. I haven't seen any data on that at all. I haven't seen any proof that there's animals feeding off of that. But if there are, I'm an animal. More ways than one, I guess. But I'm part of nature. I am a living biological thing. I'm consuming that chaga. Doesn't get any more natural than that. So that's Stai's Chaga Dilemma. Harvest responsibly. Take what you need, not just what you want. If you're doing it commercially, I hope you're doing it on private land, on your own private land. That's what I hope. If you're not, you can even harvest commercially responsibly. So, come on, folks. Let's just accept the fact that chaga is a superfood, and we should all take advantage of its medicinal properties and, like I said, harvest it responsibly. That's all I got to say about chaga at this time. That piece there, when I get that dried out, that piece there will last me 6 months. So I only need to find another piece that size, and I'm done for the year. And I'm not even hunting chaga today. I was just going to do this dilemma video, and there it was. So, that's it, folks. Until the next time, you all have a cup of chaga tea and join me in the next video. This is Stai saying, you all have a nice day. Bye-bye.